Okay, so I'm going to start off with my object layer, circles, and the very first circle, the largest one, is a 7.5 diameter. There you go. You know, I think we're going to make like we did before. The left side is going to be our bottom. Okay. So our next largest diameter is the 5. Oops. You know what? I should probably put another construction line in there. That way I won't have any issues. There you go. Maybe put that on the right layer. Okay. So that was the 5. The next diameter is interior diameter. You know what? They're showing that as an offset value, but it's going to be 4 inches. Okay, and then we'll go with the 2.5. And then there is the hole going through the whole thing, which is a 1.5. Okay, so we have the hole in the center, and then this outer cylinder, and then in between them, open space, inside edge, outside edge, the largest flange. So that'll do it. Okay. Are any of these hidden? No. If we have the right side as the upside, then none of the circles are going to be hidden lines. The only one that would even be considered would be the 2.5 on the back side, but because it is the same size as the 2.5 on the top side, it is not going to show through as a hidden line. Okay. Next move, let's offset this thing 1/2 inch and do our cut line. We could copy that guy over, but it's good to review. Go into my Phantom layer, click line, and here we go, up, over, across. And then this one, we'll use the same leader technique. I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit better so I can see what I'm doing. Try to get that to come up. If it doesn't come up, that's no big deal. Just draw it straight down and then move it over. That is really easy to do. Just straight down and then hit the enter button, click on it, and just move it. There you go. And then next is going to be my text box. Type the letter B and make sure we have that as 0.25. There you go. And I'll copy that guy. From here to the other one. And I think I'm going to relocate him, get him a little better centered over here. There it is. Okay, and the last thing I need to do with this top view is dimension the hole diameter. Put that right there. Okay. So that is that. We've got our cut line, our hole dimension, and we are ready to project down all of these circle dimensions. All right. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And get started on the same line as we did the other one. Okay, so coming up from the bottom, they show us an overall height of 2 3/4, 2.75. And then they drop down from there 1/4 of an inch. Next drop they have is 1 1/4 from there. And then 1 5/8. Which is 1.625. And that was from the same place. So I'm just using the dimensions they gave us. And then lastly, 1/2 an inch from there. So it may seem a little convoluted, but again, just following the dimensions they gave us, and that's what we get. Okay. Going to my object layer, rectangle. This guy. First one here, that's that small little button on the bottom. And here comes the next one. And then the next largest one doesn't go all the way though. And we got this guy here. Okay. So that is all of the object lines, and now we have some hidden work to do. We have the hole that's going through the whole thing. That's that 1.5 inch hole. And then we have these guys doing this little dip here. So it's basically like this. This comes down, goes across, and goes back up and meets that one. This line would continue across because it wraps around on the back side. So that edge would be all the way around. That's going to look interesting in just a moment when we show it as a section view. You're going to like this. Okay, so that is the standard view. But now to show it as a section view, we're going to do the same thing we did before. We'll make the left side the section. Okay, so first let's put the center line in place. And I'm going to zoom in on that view. I'm going to turn off my construction lines. And let's think about this. What would this thing look like if we were cutting it in half? I'm going to trim some of this stuff away first to make it cleaner. So TR, enter. You know, this goes away, of course. It's all this solid stuff goes away. This is a hole going through the whole thing right here. So there's absolutely nothing there. So that's for sure going away. That is totally empty space. That little line goes away. This line goes away. And so this in here is all solid material. These are the cavities, all right? So to make that more obvious, I'm going to select these guys and make them object lines now. And then do my hatch layer. Oops. There you go. So that's quite a bit different. Quite a bit different than the other view. But what it shows you is this is truly empty space. This is just a hole going through the whole thing. And this is an empty ring going around the whole thing. All right, so we got the drawings done. And now it's time for the dimensions. You know what I just remembered? Looking at this drawing, there are fillets on this drawing. I don't know that they are specified, but there are fillets. So that was my mistake. Let's put those fillets in place so that we can be correct here. So I'm going to go to fillet and type R, enter. And it's really small. I think it's like 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to type 0.125, enter. And they're all over the place. So let's see what we got there. Yeah, that seems about right. It's certainly no bigger than that. 1/8 of an inch is a pretty common value. So I'm going to use that and just get all these guys. And you might have to rehatch this, or I'm going to have to rehatch it. You're not going to have to rehatch it because you didn't make my mistake, but I am. So there are fillets all over the place on this thing. And so that takes care of the hatched area. And now going for the hidden line ones, that'll get that. And this will do that one. We got this one here. I'm gonna have to extend that line back. Or make a new line, apparently. And fillet this guy as well. Make another new line. All right, so again, I am using the fillet value of 0.125 to add these fillets. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4 fillets on this guy. And here they are over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it did affect the hatch right here. So that's pretty easy to redo. I can just hit delete on that and then go to my hatch and hit it one more time. There you go. Put it on the right layer, of course. Maybe not. Get on the right layer first and then do it. How about that? Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Now we can do the dimensions. Turn the construction lines back on, and you know the drill. Do some serious offsetting here. I need a larger pick box, it looks like. You know, that is something that's probably worth addressing here. Check this out. Let's do that right now. I don't know that I've done this with you. If you type in the command prompt, just type settings, the pick box is something you can change. So if I go to selection, which is this tab right at the end, look at this pick box. It's easy to click on a bigger one, hit apply, okay, voila. So you type settings at the command prompt, there's just all kinds of things that you can do to customize your AutoCAD experience. That might have been too big, but let's see how it goes. Okay, to my dimension layer. And away we go. Enter, put in the diameter symbol, and place him there. Do this one. Enter, diameter symbol, check. They showed this as an offset distance, and for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm going to honor that, the way they had it dimensioned there, and just do this guy like this right here. I might put it in line with that one. There it is. And I'm going to leave it like that, just like they had it. Engineer must have had a reason for doing that. Okay. This also needs a dimension here. It is not obviously aligned with the one on top, so I'm going to put a dimension there just the way they did also. Okay, and then of course this outside one. All right, then. I think that takes care of all of our diameters. So now we'll work on our lengths. Let's do the overall height. So on the right side, we are doing the exterior dimensions. And that's what we did before on this guy over here, I believe. Yes. And on the left side, we are going to acknowledge the interior features. Not a whole lot. We got basically the depth of that slot to acknowledge. So that's pretty easy. We got one more to put in over here though. This distance. Okay. And again, I'm using the baseline dimensioning. You know, I'm a big fan of that. So there you go. I think that's looking pretty good. Turn off the construction lines. And that is the finished half section view. You know what's funny? Another thing occurs to me. I did not label either of these drawings. Boy, I'm really slipping here. I think I'll just do that right now. Go to my text box, make a text box here, and label that guy SECTION. And this one is B-B. Center that up. There you go. Maybe move that up a little bit.